টাস্কটা দেওয়া হয়েছিল যে ডিসকাস করার জন্য, যে আমরা ডিসকাস করব। যদি আমাদের ডিসকাশনটা অতটুকু ইন্টারেক্টিভ হয় নাই, বা তারপরে আপনারা যারা যারা কাজ জমা দিয়েছেন তাদেরকে থ্যাংক ইউ। আমরা এটার ব্যাপারেই কথা বলবো। আমরা এখানে স্পিকিং করব, আমরা এখানে রিডিং করব, আমরা এখানে কি কি বলতেছেন আপনারা সেটা একজনের সাথে আরেকজনেরটা কম্পেয়ার করব। কম্পেয়ার করে আমরা আরো শিখবো। কারণ আপনারা যখন ওয়ার্ক কম্পেয়ার করবেন তখন যে কিনা একটু খারাপ করেছেন সে আরেকটা ভালো দেখে তারটা আরেকটু ইমপ্রুভ হবে, যে কিনা খুব ভালো করেছেন তারটা আরেকজন দেখে সে আরো ইমপ্রুভ করবে। এবং সবকিছুই কিন্তু ইমপ্রুভের স্কোপ থাকে আমাদের সব ধরনের রিসার্চেই বলেন, সব ধরনের কাজেই বলেন। তো আমরা যদি কাজটা না দিতে পারি, জমা না দিতে পারি বা না দিতে পারি, আমি মোটামুটি সবগুলাই পড়েছি, আমি এক দুইটাতে কমেন্ট করছি বা অনেকগুলোতে আমি কমেন্ট করিনি। তো আপনারা যারা জমা দিতে পারেননি সেটা যদি আপনারা ওপেন ডিসকাস করেন কাইন্ডলি ভালো। আমরা কি সেশনটা ইংলিশে করব না বাংলায় করব সেটাও আমরা আবার জিজ্ঞাসা করি। আমরা কি ইংলিশে শুরু করব না আমরা বাংলায় কন্টিনিউ করব? আপনাদের কারো কোনো সাজেশন?
হ্যান্ড রেজ করতে বলেন।
আপনারা হ্যান্ড রেজ করেন। আবার আমরা আজকের এভরি সেশনে আমরা যদি বলতেছি ইংলিশ বা বাংলা, লাস্ট সেশনে আপনারা বেশিরভাগই বলেছিলেন ইংলিশ। এখন আবার নতুন কিছু আমাদের কলিগ আসছেন, তাদের কাছেও আমরা জিজ্ঞাসা করে নিচ্ছি। এর জন্য আমরা প্রতি সেশনে জিজ্ঞাসা করব না যদিও, বাট আপনাদের সবাইকে আবার জিজ্ঞাসা করছি যে আপনারা ইংলিশে না বাংলায় করতে চান। যদি হ্যান্ড রেজ করেন বাংলা কে কে চান আবার প্লিজ। কেউই হ্যান্ড রেজ করে নাই। ইংলিশ কে কে চান? আমাদের কিন্তু অন্য কোনো ভাষা নেই, তো আমরা কিন্তু অন্য কোনো ভাষা দিতে পারবো না। আচ্ছা, সবাই হ্যান্ড রেজ করছেন। আচ্ছা, ওকে। সো what we will do initially, we will read some of these writings for everyone, and then from that reading, Farah, Naim, okay, we have got some text from Farah, Naim, then Montahina Huda and Poushi Pal, Alif Bekarim for this image, and another task from Said Afridi. And for the second one, we got Shamiha Zakir. And the third one, we got Rumana Parveen, and as well as Anna.
That's me actually, Farhat Binte Shahid.
Okay, Farhat Binte Shahid. And also Sabila Al Jannah. Okay. Thank you for submitting your task, and it was very good. All of you done well. And now if we want to discuss, I would like to request Farah Naim to discuss your writing. And based on that, we will comment. Okay? So if I enlarge my screen.
Here I discuss about this picture of Salvador Dali. The picture name is Persistence of Memory. The picture is published in 1931. Salvador Dali painted his picture with the experience of dream which he had dreamed by himself. In this picture, the melting clock may refer the persistence of time in the eyes of the dreamer. There is a orange cloak at the bottom of the painting which is covered by ant. This ant may refer as a symbol of decay. Another insect is present in the picture is fly, which sits on the watch that is next to the orange watch. The fly appears to be the casting a human shadow as the sun hits it. Then we saw some rocks as a symbol of peninsula and some shadow of mountains.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Then we have Muntahina Huda. If you could read yourself.
Yes, sir. This painting titled The Persistence of Memory served as a metaphor of Salvador Dali's work. He painted this artwork in 1931 and one of Surrealism's most well-known pieces. Dali used colors, lighting, and space to create a three-dimensional vision that had never been before. The top quadrant of the persistence of the memory features a light blue horizon that gradually fades downhill from blue to yellow. A body of water rests underneath the skyline. The body of water follows the skyline until it comes into contact with nearby mountains to the right. This well-known work popularized the idea of a soft melting pocket watch. It exemplifies, sorry the pronunciation, those philosophies of softness and hardness, which was at the time essential to his thought. Ants have taken all over the orange clock in the lower left of the artwork, a fly which rests on the blue melting watch adjacent to the orange watch. Another bug depicted in the picture. As the light shines on the fly, it looks to cast a human shade. A human person may be seen in the center of the painting in the weird monster, which certainly don't have a clear shape. It can be viewed as a fading monster, one that frequently occurs in dreams where the dreamer is unable to determine the monster's specific form and makeup. The imagery may connect to a dream that Dell had, and the clocks may represent the complexity of life as one perceives it in a dream or the process of time in the believer's eyes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Bhaiya.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Alif.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
The above picture, the painting is called The Persistence of Memory by the Spanish artist Salvador Dali, has been one of the most well-known surrealism works since 1993. The painting depicts images that are more likely to be encountered in dreams than in waking consciousness. The painting's pouring timepieces and wrapped body seem to be a complete and unreserved representation of the imaginary subconscious of the artist. However, similar to the dried tree, sky, and mountains in the background, there are a few identifiable with distinct explanation of details in this painting. After a thorough analysis of the picture, my possible description is the wrapped body in the picture. The wrapped bodily figure is a self-portrait of the artist himself, a fading shape of oneself that appears in dreams, expressing that he is in the world of thoughts during his sleepy state. He encircles his thoughts of imaginations where time, as represented by the watches, seems to be relative to the most of the figures in the art. He pictures from his living land with hard ground and dried tree as time keeps passing by. Food plate covered in ants. One watch even has a fly on it as a symbol of decaying process. Even as the artist naps, this clock symbolizes the passing of time as he experiences dreaming in his rest body state. Here, time is a fundamental factor in the modern lands, but the outturn, the output is not so fruitful as it's thought to be, which is decomposing and deteriorating. He visualizes afar the heavenly lands from his place where the mountains, the seashore blends in with the endless white blue sky. The soft colors of the landscape scenery remind him of his past life. Also, there is a noticeable light of the sunrise, which is reflecting the mountains, casting shadows of the tree and other figures, and even the melting of the watches could possibly mean that he was waking up and was having a nightmare about time procrastination. That was the night terrors nowadays compared to his old soothing memory of the landscape, of the beautiful landscapes in the past days when the time was not bound to minute and hours of the hands of the clock. rather a calm and tranquilizing surrounding viewed from a distance. Above is a pre-assumption of my views about the art. From an observer of Dali's speech, it was said, it was there that Dali gave a lecture in which he reportedly said that the public could not rest content with the difficulty in understanding about the work, since the artist himself did not know what it meant either. Nonetheless, the situation Salvador Dali is more renowned for his such surrealistic, intense, and more mysterious and intriguing arts. Thank you.
Thank you, Alif. I'm not going to ask you for reading any more things, so we can discuss all. So I will ask someone to point the gaps between these three writings, okay? The first one, and the second one, and the third one. What new information has been given by three of these authors? What information we have gained through this writing? Can someone tell me that?
Within the three ones for about Alif B. Ikram, he had detailed information against the other two above written. His stories are quite imagineful, and you can see that I can read the story as well as imagine the time being as he's describing his story. The second one was quite moderate. The Tulon's one, she has the information about the art itself and the artist, and the first one was quite less detailed. So these are the comparisons I came into my mind.
Any new word you have learned from these three writings? Any new words that catch your mind?
Yes, the philosophy of the writer, I got to know about the Spanish writer, the artist.
Anything else? Anyone? Anything else? Anything else you have spotted here from these writings? Few of them. Volunteer, please. Okay, Oishi. Any new words you have learned from these three writings? Anything familiar or uncommon in between?
I can see that Para Naima has kind of briefly given us the idea, and Muntahina Huda Tulon, I think
Nothing.
She also kind of explained how Dal's philosophy works. And of course, the last one was kind of very elaborated and well explained to me.
Okay. What you have learned from all of these writings? I don't know that any of you have checked and read all of these things or not. Have you? Any of you? Okay. From next week, not from next week, this week, we will have a task to constructive feedback. We will write if someone writes something, then we will say we can like it and you will replay it. What you're going to be replaying? You're going to be replaying what you think, how you can improve this, or what new information you can bring to this writing, apart from the information the author has given. This would be our task, because that way you will understand how you can contribute more nicely and get information out from the literature, unless you want. You understand? Any of you have any question? Doesn't matter that you are good or bad. Every single person of this course, they have to contribute from their own position. And that is must, because if you don't do it, you will not learn anything. Okay. And maybe after a couple of weeks later, we will do free writing. We will do writing when we are talking. Then when you are talking, you will write it down instantly. Then people will understand what you are saying. That is called free writing. That when you are talking to a group, you are just writing it down and you are expressing yourself. Okay. We will do
Excuse
that,
me,
but not now.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
I wanted to ask, as this is my first day, and I want to know about the things that we should focus on during free writing or checking these comments. Which topics or which of the things should I focus on?
There is research is versatile. Okay, there is a lot of information in research. So what we are planning to do, I will go with a slide later. What we are planning to do first is to understand how you can start your writing from a picture. So this is a art, and from here, or this is a photograph. From there, you need to express your feeling or express what you have searched online and come up with a decision, and then you will write it down here. So that way, what it will do, it will give you a theme. It will give you a place to start your research. What is called just starting your research. And how do you search something? How do you express yourself? And then then we will go through how you do literature review, or maybe referencing. We will not go through referencing here because we'll do it little bit later. Okay. Do you have any more questions? Do you have any more questions? Did I answer what you have asked?
No, thank you. You asked. You answered fine.
You may ask me that why we are narrating a picture. I answered here last week that a person, when you can narrate a picture, that is the most important things of your research career. Anyone who can narrate a picture, he or she can do anything. So that's why we are trying to improve our skills. So now you are narrating a picture. Later, we will use literature to get the gist out from those literature. Okay. So every research training is different. So some other people, they might start research training in a different way. I have my own way. So if you think that this is not right, you can start your own way that you think that is right. So that doesn't matter. But whenever we are doing, we will follow the groups how we want to do. But if you have any suggestion to improve it, more than welcome. Okay. So is there any word you have spotted here? Any word that will give you more knowledge from all of these paintings? The main motive of this painting is something that lies lies here. We have used 3 paintings, and they are quite in a category wise, they are like quite related to each other. Okay. How they are related? Can anyone tell me? Anyone can tell me that how they are related? These three pictures. If I go to my slides, you can see it now. How these 3 pictures are related? Any idea?
Bhaiya, is it the time that they are related to each other?
It could be time. Something else.
Something else related to time, like future and past.
Could be that. Something else. Anyone else?
All of them are very imaginative, not
Yes.
reality, unrealistic.
Surrealism.
that's the thing. That's the thing. Surrealism. Okay. All of these things are surreal. Okay. And that's a huge thing. This word this word is like huge. You can't describe in one word. Okay. So all of these paintings, they're surreal. So something is there but not there. You can feel one thing, but it's saying the different thing. Like time melting, or human character melting, or someone going to the from earth to heaven. These are all related to this single word, surrealism. Okay. If you think about religion, we also have in Muslim religion or in other religion, we also have surrealism. Okay. If you think about Hindu religion, they also have surrealism. In Muslim, they also have surrealism. But if you are a Muslim, you might know about that Muhammad went to heaven with a transportation called Borat, I think, if I'm not wrong. That's surrealism. We can't think about that in now, that we will go somewhere like that way. Similar, these pictures, they are melting with time. It means their presence, you can feel their presence, but they are not there. And if you search surrealism on the web, you will find a lot of topics, a lot of things. They have researched about these topics, artists, film. You will see a lot of films with this small word. And if you can describe it, the same word, the surrealism, what is surrealism? Then you will find that different people will come up with different type of imagination, that for their opinion, they think this is surrealism. So this is a broad topic, we'll discuss this later, but our tasks would be for the oncoming week. You have written all of these things. So those who didn't written, okay, those who didn't write, they have to write it down with their own words. I want all of them to be yes, and as well as discuss it, that how they can improve, and anything, any information they are missing. You need to write it down, that this way you could improve your writing, or this information is missing, so you could add up those information. And that way, what it will help, it will help you to understand other people writing, as well as understand your fault and how you can improve this. So this is would be a task for everyone for the upcoming week, and please, all of you need to contribute. Okay, and in Thursday's presentation, we're going to be doing 10-minute presentation, and 10 minutes, 5 person will present. In 60 minutes, six person, I think. So we will select 6 of you to present, to make a slide based on this information, like these photographs, that what you think about these photographs, or some people, they have used the other photographs. So you need to make a presentation and extend it as a project. So this is my project, and I'm presenting this, and I think what are the literature based on each of these. Okay, so I think some of you have done this one. So what you need to do, we will select some today from the list. 6 of you will present to the Thursday session. You need to make a slide and 10 minutes presentation. Okay. Anyone wants to volunteer, or we will just randomly select someone's name? If you present next this Thursday, the following one would be the alternative people. So everyone will have a turn. In every Thursday, 6 of us will present, and the next Thursday, the following one, we will have alternative turns. Everyone, every of you will come.
Haya, do we have to present the 3 picture or only anyone?
That's up to you. How do you want to present your slides? You can add 3 of them and discuss about 3 of them, or you can add 1 and discuss just 1. It doesn't matter. This is your task to decide what you're going to do. Okay, and what we want you to present it as a project. That this is this project, that I'm doing these projects, and what information you can bring it to the what extra information you can give it to your colleague. Like, this is a project, and I have this kind of information regarding this this work, and I want to present it. And we'll go from there. So this is your task. And I want all of you to contribute to this group, because unless that's not going to be good for some of you if you don't contribute. What I was saying, any of you are not, any of you have all of you have joined this group or still waiting to join? How many group members? Yes. We have 23 members, but here we can see 28. So still there are some people left. So please join to this group. Thank you. Join to this group, and then in the future we will have more constructive work together. Now, if I'm going to my slide, today we will learn about literature review. And before that, I think some of you weren't present here last week. We are here. I'm Shah Siddiqui. We have Samsul Masum in our research team, and Wahidur Rahman, Ilyas, and Murshidul Arifin. As well as we have Adrian Hopgood, Alice Good, Alexander Geoff, and Ludovic Rosolio. Most of them are at the Portsmouth University. Ludo is in at Southampton Solent, but he's moving to Portsmouth University from July. So most of us, all of us, will be at Portsmouth University. So and we are in computing, and Ludo and Masum, they are in technology, and Adrian is the theme director of the technology department. So he's like boss of most of the people that we work. Now, last week, we asked you that why do you want to do research? This week, I will again ask you the same questions. If you could tell me, why do you want to do your research? Any of you? Samia Zakir, please. Why do you want to do your research?
Sir, I want to do research to make a contribution and to enlarge my knowledge about the up-to-date technologies.
Romana Pervin, can you tell me why you want to do research?
Sir, I think by doing research, we can know many unknown things and unknown technology, and we can also learn about our existing works, and we can, and based on our existing work, we can do many things, many works related to that works or something different. So I think that we need to do research for this kind of.
Redwan Abedin.
Sir, basically, I want to do research for information gathering, like discovering and exploring my field of interest subjects. And also, I can also challenge myself in new ideas and generate them, also analyze, and if I wish to pursue them, I can publish in some journal so that I can see it in my careers as a good stuff.
Okay, that's a good start. The main motive of research is to contribute. So contribution can be a different, can come from different angles. It could be contribution towards extending the knowledge. It could be contribution towards doing some work. And in so many angles, contribution can have a lot of several angles. So when the first topic is why do you want to do the research? The main, our motive would be to contribute. So contribution could be any form, but it has to has a novel wish, like what I would say. It can be like I will do research and I will earn a lot of money. Then this is not a contribution. I will do research. The motive would be help, and that's only the thing. The researcher need to think first that if I do a research, it will contribute and help or improve people situation, judgment, health, technology, whatever. So if someone have a motive that I will do research and I will earn a lot of money, then your motivation is not good. You can have a dream, okay, that I want to be established researcher. I want to be a good researcher. And if you are a good researcher, then the money will come automatically. But if you think that I will do research only for money, then I would suggest you not to come to research, because you need to spend so much time that sometimes some research, they don't bring money. And you don't know until you finish that your research will be famous or successful. So the first thing is to do a research to know what is about. Like if I'm saying the picture that we have given you the task, if you search online or previous literature, you will learn what is the picture about. Like from some of you have given a lot of information to the readers, and that is research, that you are giving some new information to those who do not have any knowledge of that particular subject areas. The next thing is to publish your research to your audience, targeted audience, and present your research to other people. So when you are doing a research, then you have a motive to publish your research for your target audience, and afterwards present them. You need to have a common characteristics that people, you need to say to people that this is my research and I want you to know. And if you don't present them, people normally will not come to listen to you. So that's why you will see research is always have a presentation session, because unless you can't some of your listener or reader, they will not understand until you express what you have come up with. Then keep up to date with your time. Like you have done a research now, and maybe after 5 years, some new discovery will come. And then you also need to get up to date with new discoveries, new piece of work to enrich your knowledge. So this is a cycle, if you say that a researcher, like a doctor, they always need to be up to date, or an engineer, they always need to be very, very up to date with all the information, what is happening around them. Similar way, a researcher, they also need to up to date all the time, that what is happening, what has happened to the previous piece of work they have worked, what is the current situation, to enrich their knowledge. Any questions so far?
I would like to make a request if possible.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to talk to you about my task which I've submitted. So is that like format okay for our research sorts or something? I mean, should we think like that for research?
I will go there. I will go there. We'll discuss each of you. And what I want to do some of the slides and then go back to your work, and then again come back to you these slides and then going back to the work. Okay. So now, what is literature review? Can anyone tell me that? Any of you? What is literature review?
It is an overview of previously published work.
Okay, good. Anyone else?
Sir, I think it's a summary of previous research paper.
Okay, anything else?
Sir, I think if I want to make any project, then I will do literature review to compare my proposal with the existing systems related to my project, and mostly find about their limitations basically, and that is about literature review.
Okay, why we do literature review? Why it is needed or important? Any of you?
Sir, like for surveying purpose.
Okay, sorry. One thing, we don't call sir to anyone in our company. We always say bhaiya, or you can call me by my name, Shah. It doesn't matter. Okay, please.
Okay, man.
Literature review. Why it is important? Any of you? Anyone else?
To know the previous work and find my novelty.
Okay. When it is important? When? Or in what? In where? If you think about a project, when it is important? In which point of your project you need to know the literature?
Sir, it demonstrates their previous work so that you can take help from them, learn from them, and utilize them on your recent task.
There's another thing that all of you are not talking about. I will come back to that. This is one thing, but what is the main core thing for a literature review?
The result, to make our result more accurate.
Find out about research gaps.
Research gaps.
It also justify our research. To justify the research, we do the literature review.
That's the main thing. Justify our research. We will not do any literature review until our hypothesis is clear. Do you know what is hypothesis, any of you? Any of you, hypothesis?
It's like a theory, and as researcher, we should just test that theory if it is right or wrong.
Every research has a hypothesis, and that hypothesis is holding this hypothesis, you say, is the seed of the research. Like, if I want to build a aeroplane, okay? So I will have a hypothesis first that I want to build the aeroplane. Now, this is my hypothesis that I want to build an aeroplane. Then the next point is there is aeroplane everywhere now. So if I want to build an aeroplane, it is in my capacity. Or if I want to build an aeroplane, what new things I can bring it to it, okay? Improving the existing system. Then we think about it. That point, the literature review kick in. When I have a hypothesis and I'm thinking of something, then I have to search the previous literature to find the gap and then to support my hypothesis that what I am thinking, the extra work or the new thing or the improvements I want to add up to the literature to support that time. I need to have a literature review that, okay, what I want to do, I want to build an aeroplane. That's okay, it's already finished. So what I can do, I can improve. So what improvement I can make? I can make it electrical. People are working now with electric aeroplane. So something else I can do. Then what I can do, I can make it like when it is flying, it will produce electricity by itself. That also is underway. People are working on it now. What else we can do? So this way, when you have an idea and then when you have a literature review, you will understand the settings of the present work, previous work, and as well as what people are thinking to do in future. Because when we write a literature review or a piece of work, a research project, we always discuss past, what we are doing, present, and as well as what we're going to be doing in future. That might not happen. That is our research gap. Or something the previous literature didn't mention, or that is my research gap. That, okay, I have searched last 5 years research, or last 10 years, or last 15 years, or 20 years, and what we have searched that someone have worked on a piece of work that we are thinking that hasn't been done. So this is would be our massive contribution, and the work will be more accepted and noble. So that way we can build up our team, and we can prove that our hypothesis is supported, and as well as find the research gap. So that way, our literature review will help in every way. Okay. Now, if I go to our site again, we have some of you have said about different writings. So can all of you log into your Facebook and go to our group, please? Any of you missing, we can send you invitation right way now. If any of you are not a member, I'm not hearing anything from any of you. Have you logged into your Facebook?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can any of you tell me? You have written, all of you have written nicely. Is there? Can you find any gap? In all of these writings? Any missing? What are you missing something from all the writings? What is missing here? What is missing here? Okay. And I would request you to paste like comment here instead of adding your documentation. And that way we can like it, reply it, share it. But if you give a documentation, then we can't access this on these groups, and the people have to exit it and then read through, and then they can't comment. I have experience when I started working with Bangladeshi team. I have experienced that we do not understand and do not have that knowledge of referencing. And we are improving, all of us. We have improved a lot. We'll go through with it in detail in our next couple of sessions. The most important things for a piece of work, research work, I would say, is the reference. Whenever you write something, like if I say, you have written this word, this is your own word, that's not a problem. But you have gained this information from some other people's work. So you have to reference it down, that I got this information from this source. And even if though this is your word, but this information is not yours. We have a feeling that I'm writing it down on my own words. This is my own writing. Why should I do reference it? Because the knowledge you are gaining from reading other people's work, that is not your work. That is the work of other person. So you need to reference this down. Then, when your work is published, people will reference you. Then it will come. The piece of work will come to you. It will talk that this is your work. If someone else use your work to describe their thing. Do you have any question?
No, Bhaiya.
And it is clear, the referencing, why we need to do reference. Even if it's my own word, and I am supporting with some others authors' literature, I have to give them credit that they have done this, and that is their credit. And that is also ethical. If you don't do it, then it's unethical. And then it falls into plagiarism. We will have an understanding, okay, I will write a sentence, I will change some parts of it, and then it will not fall into plagiarism. It will. Maybe the software will not understand it's a plagiarism, but the person will read your work, they will raise a question that why is the reference? If it's not reference, that falls into plagiarism as well. Because that is not your work. We are just improving the situation. We are just adding knowledge to a certain piece of work. But the work is present. That's why we're writing it down. That's why we need to give references. So if we reference it, even if you write your own words, some of the sentences, like in technology, some of the sentences you can't rewrite them because some terminology and some words that can be rewritten. But you can reference it. That way, it won't be counted as a plagiarism. Okay. So whenever you write, you need to think about to give them proper reference, and some of these sentences you also need to think about adding multiple references. Like you are telling a story, and this is your story that I am Shah Siddiqui. I want to go to Dhaka. So what I did, I bought a plane ticket, and the plane ticket I bought is from Bangladesh Airlines, and this is my journey plan. And then I will reach Dhaka on that particular day. So you are writing it down. And what you can do, this is your own words, but you can reference it as well. That this person also has written how he reached Dhaka in a different medium, or this person used the same formula to reach this conclusion. That way, you can cross-reference it and also support your idea or support your hypothesis. So is it clear? Or if you have any question, please.
Clear.
Okay. Now, if we discuss, I think who asked me previously to discuss for her writings? I forgot your name.
I did. It's Farhat. The comment from Anna Lena.
Annalena.
Yeah, that's the name of the ID from where I submitted my task.
Okay.
And that's the link.
Okay. And I will request you all to use your first and last name for any sort of Facebook when you go for professional life or career. It's better to have two ID, social media ID. One for your personal, that will be only personal for your friends and family, and one would be your for your professional work, like your colleague or research or study or something like that. Don't mix them two. I can see that some of you have different type of name and ID on Facebook. Do not use them for your professional contact. Why? That way people will misjudge you.
I agree. Thank you for letting us know. Actually, this because of some technical difficulties, I had to do this, but this is not
okay.
my professional idea.
Okay, that's not a problem. I'm just informing you. It's better to have your own name, and you will see that whoever joined with us, we have your name with email address, not like and first name and last name. So if you are going to, if you're thinking to go abroad or higher study or something like that, all the first world countries, they use first name and last name for your recognition. Most of the time they will ask you by first name. My family name is different. When I came to the UK long time ago, they started to call me Shah, because Shah is my first name. And then from there, I had to leave my family name, and now people call me Shah. I wasn't aware of that. Okay, so if I go there, do you want to describe what you have written, please?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so firstly, I would say I just divided the description into 3 categories, and there are story of the picture, and then description, and then analysis, which I thought about, or my thoughts. Okay, so the story I took from some other sources, and by mistakenly I didn't add the references, but from now on I will after Shah Bhaya's advice. Okay, so the story we can say is It's actually a poster of a song album, and the song album is called You Got Me, and the artists are Bloodline and Dali. Release date was December 18, 2020, and the country is Germany. Actually, this is a German song, but it is written in English. Okay, so the director was Egin Kazakov and Daniel Zlotin, and animation was Zerland from FMZFX, and produced by Italian Bloodline, and this is made by 23 Hours Music Division. Okay, so if I come to the description, then what we can see in the picture is a robot, then writing called You Got Me, and then another writing called Dali and Bloodline, and we can also see the background and the overall theme. Okay, so about the robot, it's actually human. It's a robot of a human, and also a female, and the position we can say is flying upward to somewhere light is coming from, and the robot's gesture is a belly dance move, and if we see the posture, then we will feel like someone's controlling it. And the robots is made by glossy metal, and its color is black, gray, white combination, and the condition we can say it has no clothes. Okay, and if we go to the writing of You Got Me, then we can see the purpose of that writing is it is the title of the song, and the language is English, obviously, and the letters are all uppercase and like capital letters, and meaning is you got or understand me, or you have asked me to do something which is too difficult for me, and also, or we can say you caught me out with a prank or joke or game. Then we can see the color is a black, gray, or white combination, and the style is glossy, shiny metal type, and it's slightly informal and italic font, and the size is comparatively bigger than the other one, and position is it's bottom middle of the posture. And then if we go to the writing of Tali and Bloodline, then it's the purpose of the two artists of the song album name, and the language is English, obviously, and it's also all uppercase, and white with a blue background shade color. Style is normal, and it's slightly in formal and italic font, same as You Got Me, and size is comparatively smaller than You Got Me, and bottom of the its position is the bottom of the poster, and we can see its noun or someone's name. And if we look at the background, then its theme is basically cloudy sky with a little sunshine, and the robot is in the middle of the cloud, and overall background color is black, gray, white, or blue type. And the theme we can see the overall is dark or imaginary or metaphoric. We can see something symbolic, and it's actually fantasy of the artist, and obviously creative. Then if we come to the analysis of the picture, which I thought, or is my thoughts, is actually it is showing an unreal imaginary fantasy of the artist, and humans are creative, and the illustration or the graphic design of the picture showing us the creativity of the artist actually. So the poster is used for the purpose of attracting people, and this poster is also made to attract the attention of the people, and as it is an imaginary concept, that means it has something metaphoric or symbolic, so we can find the fantasy of going or flying upward to the sky of the artist. And it is also showing that it's a robot which is a human creation. The gesture and posture are denoting that someone is controlling the robot and pulling to the sky from where a slightly sunshine is coming. It also indicates the controlling fantasy of a human. The overall background is matching perfectly with the main focus, the human robot, and the color of the theme and the darkness is denoting the unreal thought, which is desirable but not going to be happen. And as it is not going to be happen in real, the title used here, You Got Me, with the meaning of you have asked me to do something which is too difficult, or you caught me out with a prank or joke. The creativity, thought, and inner desire of the artist are reflecting on the picture overall. So that's all from my side.
Thank you. That was very detailed. It was very good. Any questions from any of you? Any questions?
Can you say us the motive behind the picture or the writer? I mean, how he wants to reach us, or what he wants to tell us? Is there any suggestions?
Okay, so according to me, the basic motive of this picture is, as it is a poster. Poster is made to attract people. So it is also made to attract to their song or the thing they have made, which is called You Got Me. So basically that was the motive to seek our attention using some metaphoric or imaginary concepts or fantasy, which also somewhere in the back of the mind we also can have. So probably we can connect with that, and then we can get connected and attracted to the picture.
When
Okay.
An artist draw a picture, he could have something in his mind. But when the work is published, people will interpret that work differently, because our imagination is different. Every person, every human being, they have different imagination. They will not match sometimes. So, in my opinion, I would say that you got me. That means whoever I am, there isn't any. You have to. Someone else is like controlling them. So even if I am human, I'm controlled by someone else. If I'm a robot, as well as I'm controlled by someone else. And this is the way of civilization. Like when you born, then the day you die, it's just the transformation of human, or transformation of something that every creation has a shelf life. That it will have a shelf life, whatever it is. If someone is created, it will end. So that way, you might have different opinion, and we want to discuss all of these things in this seminar. That what you think of a particular work in your own words. So someone else can describe this, please. And if you have spotted anything that you want to talk about, Romana Parvin?
Yes, sir.
Please, Bhaiya.
I think the picture describes about artistic empowerment. It's totally my imagination, not related to this picture. I think that if the picture describes about artistic empowerment, because art is something that we get into if we are a human and we are an artist and we already into it. To be a human being is to be a creative. We create, we arrange our species, and we cultivate our unique identities. And we develop unique likes and dislikes that determine our choice for doing all of these things. I think that many people believe that to be an artist, one must be an professional artist who gets paid for their creativity. But in the broadest sense, we all are artists, and as with all artists, we are judged for the art we create. In the broadest sense, in the broadest sense, our lives are the ultimate art of forms. And I think that the picture describes about our artistic impact. It's totally my imagination. I think that.
That's okay. That was nice. As I say that a same piece of work can be described in different way, and we have our own way to describe something that is not bad, or that is not good, or that is not extraordinary. Our work and describing can make us extraordinary or make us bad or good. That won't be that wouldn't what I'll say. That is not the main motive. The main motive is to analyze something in your own words, to contribute to the current literature. That would be our own main focus, wherever it is. Even if an artist, they will think something to contribute to the present published or artwork or something like that. So that is their motive. So our motive is to contribute knowledge to the present literature. So any way you can describe it, that's okay. That's not a problem. Anyone else?
Sure. To me, it seemed like, can you hear me?
Yes.
To me, it seemed like that in the picture, the android, it is more like in a show-off state, or it is bragging. It is boasting that you got me. For any problems, you got me. You have me to solve your problems.
Yeah, that's it. That's another way. Good. Anyone else?
Bhaiya, may I?
Yes, please.
To my knowledge, every artist, I think that every artist somehow wants to share his message through these imaginary poses. As you can see through this picture, by his title, "You Got Me," I think that this robot, or no matter who he is or who she is, it's human or robot, you got to answer to someone. Okay. And also it has another meaning that if you need somewhere, I am there. So I think that the writer or the artist shares this message with us.
Yeah, this is good thinking. Thanks. Oishi Ghosh.
Yeah, I think when an artist create a picture or create a theme, then they have some imaginary thoughts. And by this picture, I think in this title they mentioned that you got me. So I think by this painting, the artist messages to show our message that whenever we have any problems or any difficulties, then you can remember me or quote me. And I think this is my thoughts about this picture.
Okay. So if we go to, I think we had enough information regarding this picture, but we will discuss more to the following until next session. What I will request you to do, first of all, write it down, all of you. I think 25 or 28 now. So all of you, please write it down who didn't. And then the next task would be find and support your find references to support your writings. So we didn't, you didn't reference it. That's okay. That's not a problem. That way we will think, we will know how to reference, and we will learn in our future lectures. We will learn how to do proper referencing and how to paraphrase. We will learn a lot of things next couple of months. But this is just the starting. Doesn't matter if you have any problems or if you mistake anything. That's not a problem. But just try to start it. That's one task. Second task would be discuss, like if you can give a constructive feedback to any of these writings. At least you need to give constructive feedback two of your colleagues. Okay, so if you think that you can give constructive feedback of two of the writings, that will do. So I would request Mugdho to write it down here, that what is the task that we need to write it down, and I will request as well to create a Google folder for each of our name. I think you can request it to Sanjay that to do that. On that folder, we will submit our work, and as well as posting here, we'll give a reference to the folder here. Then that way we will have both saved. Okay. So this is one thing is you have to finish what you are doing. Then you have to comment two of the writings here to let them know constructive criticism. That's one thing. Second thing. And the third thing is to what you have written, reference it. That then we can discuss about referencing other things on our next lessons. And this is not like that we're going to be doing it today and then we will leave it for a couple of days and then again we come back and when we start. It will be a continuous discussion. Doesn't matter we have a session or we don't have a session, we will continuously discuss it. Then that way we can improve our mistakes, our understanding and everything. Otherwise it's not possible. You have any question for the tasks?
No way.
Okay. So if I go to the slide again, you can see there is a tree. It has different branches and different color. So if you think a literature review is a tree with different branches, like a subject area with contribution from around the world. And to do a literature review, we need to understand how to combine this piece of work and this piece of work together, that we can come up with a solution or we can support our hypothesis and as well as find research gaps. To do that, we need to understand the research process and the research methods. If you want to do research, there is always a process and methods attached to it. Without that, we can't do. Any of you have any idea what is research process or research methods? Please feel free to express yourself.
I think research method means the methodology and the appliances we are using for the research purpose. For the paper we are going to establish or publish. So for the methodology part, here we are using the tools and resources that that we are going to use and enhance the paper we are going through. And for research process, I can say that it is the analytical part that we reviewed earlier, and we are processing through the technical terms and other objectives.
Research methodology is such a thing in research that when we experiment anything or research on any topic, then we present many data or many surveys or questionnaire, and that is about the research methodology in methods.
Okay, good. Laurette Gomez, or if you can tell me anything about research process or research methods.
I think research methodology is a specific procedures or techniques used to identify, select, process, and analyze information about a specific topic.
Okay. Anyone else? Samia Zakir.
I think research method is about primary finding about what you need to solve and know about the existing methods, results, and then analyzes them with your results.
Okay. Different people, we are saying different things. They're those words you have said, they are all related. If you think about something, if I give you an example, like this is my mobile, you can see this is my mobile, and this is made of Apple. And what I want to do, I want to contribute to a piece of work that I think will improve the model in some way. So this is my hypothesis. So what I want to do, I want to contribute to improve this mobile. In that way, it will help some people. Okay. So what I'm thinking, I'm thinking to include something or maybe a filter for blind people. So what I want to do, I want to build a software for, or a pad or something different that will help blind people to use this iPhone. So this is my hypothesis. Then what I will do, in every work, everything in this world, I would say, have a process. If you want to do a piece of work, if you want to eat rice, if I say, then what you need to do, if you want to eat something, then you need to go and shop, and then from shopping, you will come home or you will make it. So what you will do, you will go shopping and then you will come home, and then from home, what you will do, maybe you will cook something, or maybe you have a food that you will just wash it and then eat it. So that's the process. And to finish your process, you will have some type of methods. Like the methods could be when you are cooking the food, you have like, you need to cut it down. You need to mix different ingredients. Then it will make, like you want to have khichdi. So it will have a process and then a method to cook the khichdi. So if you say in similar word, the process and the methods are quite similar, but in certain way, they also differentiate by themselves. The methods is the part of process, and in process, you will have some methods. Okay, so research process is a series of work that you start to do your piece of work, and methods is the body of your process that will make your research to accomplish your goal. It is clear. Or you have any question?
Clear.
Okay. So when we are thinking about research, our hypothesis, then we will think about a process, and then to finish or to finish or start our process, we will have to have thinking about the methods. So what would be our methods? It could be certain types of things that we will consider for our subject matters. It will be a certain types of things that we will not consider for our research. It would be something that already published, available, that we can choose from. And a method could be anything else. So when we have an idea, we will think about a process, then we will implement our methods to smooth our process. Okay. So now we have a hypothesis. A hypothesis could be a question. Or you have a hypothesis, then to solve your problems, you need to ask question. So do you have any of you can tell me how you can format a research question?
Bhaiya, maybe I can format a research question based on the research gap.
Yes, it could be one way. Anything else? You have or you don't have any hypothesis. You just have one question in your mind.
Okay.
It could be that way. Sometimes people ask a question, then start a research. Sometimes they have a hypothesis, then they ask a question to progress their research. So like if I say, there's 2 trees here, okay? And they are varies in color, but their size is okay. The branches are a little bit different. So this is my hypothesis. Then I can ask a question here. If I have a hypothesis, what would be my question? I can ask single questions, or I can ask multiple questions. So the main thing is to understand your literature, understand your hypothesis, answer or support your hypothesis, to find relevant literature already published. So that's why you need to format a question. So if I ask, what is this tree about? That could be a question. What is it the tree is made of? That could be a question. What color are they? That could be a question. Or different thing. So you have to have an understanding how you can format a research question. Then you will find a lot of related information to give an answer to the question. Okay. Any questions so far?
No, Bhaiya.
I have a question.
Please.
Can we raise here the WH questions like who, what, when, where type?
Anything. It is not, there isn't anything right or wrong to ask a question. The main motive here to understand your audience, understand the gaps, understand the development, understand the contribution. You can add up another 100 things that you need an understanding to.
Bhaiya, can we ask?
Yes.
Bhaiya, can we ask yes no question, or we have to avoid this type of question?
Sorry, what?
Can we ask yes no type questions, or we have to avoid this type of questions?
Okay, you mean close or open question. Close question is not good for research. If you ask, have you drank water? You'll say yes or no. You will not get your research answers nicely with that, because your subject is not like you asking a closed question, it will get the answer. When you do a piece of work or research, it's like narration. Like if you need to ask some question, a type of question that will if I ask you what is your characteristics, then you have to write it down in a couple of words. What is your characteristics? But if I ask you, have you had your food? You will say yes. Then you need to format another question, what food? Then you will say, okay, I ate a burger. Then you need to formulate another question, what was the burger made of? Then you will say it was made of tomato and lettuce. Then you will say, is this burger was healthy? So when you ask close question for a research, you need to ask series of questions together to get an understanding. But when you ask an open question, that whatever food you have eaten, and can you describe me the health benefits of it? Then you will see the subject will let you know what type of burger they have eaten, what was the benefit of eating those things, blah, 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 blah. You got my point? Sometimes you need to ask multiple questions to understand or to find the gap. Sometimes in one question, you will have get the answer. And sometimes most of the research, there will be one main question, and then there will be some supporting questions. So that way, this most of the research will continue. Okay. Anything else regarding asking questions or format questions?
No way.
Okay. Now we can come up with how to rewrite or summarize literature. If I may, I will go to our sheet again. If I ask some of you, I will not ask it now. For next week, you need to summarize one written task from here. You need to summarize someone else's task. That how do you summarize it? And another thing, when you write it down, your answer, please try to shape it in 300 words, not more than 300 words. Do not write more than 300 words, or 250, I would say. Is 250 or 300 words? Or 200 words? Because we're going to be doing a lot of work. So if we limit our word count, that will help everyone. Wahid, what do you think? 200 words, 250 or 300? I think 300 is a lot of words. 200 to 250. What is your, any of you have anything to say on it? $200 or 250?
I think
around
250
300
is
word would
standard.
be standard. Around 300 word would be the standard.
300 words. I think 300 word would be lot of writings. How many words is here? Let me check. I need to open. So it's about 426. So 300 words. I think what we can do, you can write it down 200 words. Okay. So 200 words would be from here. You can write it down 200 words. 232, 200 words online. And if you have, you can write up to 300 words, but that time don't paste it here. Give a link to the drive or here, drive and here both, that people will read it from there. I think that way it will be okay. Unless if you write it down 300 words for each person, it will be like 1 mile long and more than that, because we are doing a lot of exercise here. Or what we can do, we are creating a folder for you.
I have already asked Sanjida to do that.
Okay. So I think it's better to write it down 200 words. And if you want to write up to 300 words, then add your documents to that folder and link it. That, okay, I have written 300 words and the link is there. So that way we can like control this because we are doing one, we are doing referencing task. Second, we are summarizing other people's work. Third, we are giving constructive criticism. So you need to give constructive criticism for 2 of your friends' work. You need to summarize 1 of your friends' work. And you need to reference your work. So this is 4 work we have for the following week. Can you write it down, all the tasks here, please, Mugdho?
What should I do? Just
so, first task is if I go write a reference. Okay. Okay. First task is a submitted task. This is first task. Some of you didn't submit it, so you have to submit. Second one is to reference your task. Third one, reference your task. And third one is give constructive feedback to 2 of your friends, how they can improve their writing. Or if they are excellent, then you need to say, okay, you have written very nice, blah, 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 blah. Or if you can spot any gap. Okay. 2, constructive feedback. And the third one is to summarize 1 of your friends' work.
Sir, in reference part, do we need to follow any format?
Okay, good question. I was waiting for this question. Referencing, we are following APS 6, Harvard. And what is APS 6 and Harvard? You will, if you search online, you will find APS 6 Harvard referencing style, how you can reference. And we're going to be learning Mendeley. That's automating referencing tool, and that is free. I will give you some hands-on experience, hands-on training, sorry, for that. And we will also learn LaTeX. And we have a paid version for LaTeX. So it's not a problem to add you to learn LaTeX, because whenever you are doing a research career, 99% submission, they want LaTeX. So we will go through with it in next couple of months. So this is your task. First task is to submit what you didn't submit it. Referencing to constructive feedback, any of two of your friends, and summarize one of your friends' work. Any questions so far?
I have a question.
Please.
Okay, we can write it for 200 words, but after adding references, it will get more large. So then can we post, like comment it, or we should make it a file and then submit it with the link?
Question. Mugdho, we need a submission. We need a submission link box here. Whoever is writing down, I think for the for our trilogy group, you just you will reference it. It's okay. It's not a problem, but you don't need to include the bibliography. Just cite it, and then the reference list you can add it to your document. You understand what I said?
No, I didn't. Can you please?
Okay, I will show you. So we have submitted this paper already. So I'm opening the final draft. So this is, you will have a heading, okay, of your, you have a title, then your name. Then we are not doing abstract anyway now. This is my writing, and this is my citation. Citation, we have done it in numbered way, but you are doing APS 6. And what is APS 6? I will show you later. So this is my citation. And then this is my reference, the citation of this reference. So if one over there, the referencing is here. Okay. And APS 6 format, we also have APS 6 format. Let me show you that. This is the APS 6 format of referencing. So this is the reference. And then if I go to the, this is the citation. So when you are doing, writing the name of the author, that is citation. And the referencing is the, when you refer it to end of your documentation, that this is reference. So this is this the first one. This is the reference. Have you got my point? What is citation and what is reference?
Yeah, got it.
Referencing means citation and reference is the same thing, but when you write in text, you need to write it down APS 6 format, and then at the end of your literature, it will give generate the reference library when you will use a Mendeley or EndNotes. So what I'm asking, cite it and don't include the reference list. The list you will have, and you include them to your document. Okay. So any questions, please? How to write or summarize literature? Because you're going to be summarizing. So we need to have understanding that how you can do it. Any of you have any idea, or can you tell me how you can rewrite or summarize a literature? I have another couple of slides to go. So what I will do, we will go through with this rewrite or summarize lecture next week. I think then if it's prayer, then we can If we have anything to discuss, we can discuss in our group or Skype, and I will go through with it to our next session. Or if you want to continue today, then we can continue. Because we're only 12 now here.
The next session will be better.
Okay, that's fine then. Thank you, everyone. I'm stopping my screen for coming to this session. And we're hopeful that next week we will have a nice session as well, and interactive. We will all join and participate and contribute to understand and as well as learn something new. Thank you, and Allah Hafiz.